Well, hey gang, happy Halloween! Crystal Hive is live, and today I am trying something goofy. Over the last week, have been collecting deck lists from those who are willing to submit them. I have had 10 submitted so far. A couple more, some people are thinking about decks they want to send me, so this is probably going to be a multi-week thing, which is awesome. Thank you to everyone that has participated thus far. I obviously will not get through all 10 today, but I'm going to get through as many as I can. I want to, kind of my rules of engagement today, I guess. I want to get about 3 reps per deck just to get a good idea of what they can do. I'm going to review the deck list before I start playing, and then I'm going to kind of do my thoughts after the 3 matches. I have the deck list here through the Crucible Online, but I also have the decks of Keyforge pages pulled up for each of the decks I'm planning to play today. Reason I want to talk about the decks of Keyforge page is not, and again, is not because of the SAS score. It's because I want to, some of the charts, I really pay attention to the charts versus the card lists and scores of each card. I'll get to it as I start showing it. So I'm going to start today. Let me add a marker here, see if it works. It didn't work. Tried to do a macro on my Stream Deck and it's not been working well. So let me do it through my phone here. The writer that disputes transformation. Gonna add stream marker there. Okay, so just going to pull up the decks of Keyforge page. Yeah, put it on full screen here. Okay, so this is a Logos Mars Sanctum deck. It's a Call of the Archons deck. I'm gonna ignore all this nonsense. I don't know if it's fully implemented yet or what the criteria are for the meta score here that Team SAS has added recently, but it kind of gives a little different insight. -2 amber control, which means there are cards here that actually hurt amber control. You can tell I've got 2 amber control cards in this entire deck, so off the bat, completely counter to what I'm used to playing. The chart that I pay the most attention to is this one right here, the AERC or the ARC percentile rankings. This gives you an idea of what the deck is strong at and what it's incredibly bad at. So its efficiency is off the charts at 100. Its effective power is, I won't say off the charts, but it's pretty high. And as you hover over these sections, you're going to get a number next to it. So creature protection, it says the deck is 90, which means it's in the 90th percentile of decks that are currently registered, which means it's in the top 10% of performance on creature control, or sorry, creature protection. It has negligible disruption, negligible amber control, and negligible creature control. So looking at this chart, also has a little bit of artifact control. Looking at this pie graph, this deck is very much a rush and efficiency deck. So that I'm not trying to control my opponent whatsoever. This type of chart layout to me reads like this deck is more of a, I'm going to try and play solitaire as best as I can and try and race you to these 3 keys. So we'll see how I do with that, because I usually do very poorly with these style of decks. But you know, take it in stride, right? So I've got double Help from Future Self, double Time Traveler, double Phase Shift, double Mother. So really consistent Logos house. Immediately in Logos, the double Time Traveler package with, Reverse Time. I want to stack my discard into entirely Logos cards if I can, and then reverse time and draw back into those Time Travelers. So I don't necessarily want to actually shuffle them into my deck. I want to play them, have them die, get into my discard, recycle them with the reverse time. I've got decent amount of Mars creatures mixed with a key abduction, so I do have a key cheat. And then the Sanctum list is pretty lackluster. It's a standard Call of the Archons Sanctum list, just a lot of creatures that don't do much. So I'm gonna stop stalling and I'm just gonna hop into games here. I am going to be playing casual at first, and if the deck starts to perform incredibly well, I'm going to transition it to competitive within those 3 matches. Right off the bat, I've got a 2/2/2 with nothing that I actually want to see early, so I'm going to mulligan. And I'm going to go ahead and minimize this chat, clean up my screen a little bit. As you can notice, my little Halloween thing for everybody. Okay, so they're going Shadows. They play a Mug. I just want to start with my Logos right now. Let's go ahead, go Logos. Help from Future Self, grab a Time Traveler, draw 2 cards. And then I'll play a Phase Shift. Oh, why is it centered? That is a cool change. Thank you, TCO. Lazarus, thank you for assimilating. Welcome to the Martian Chaos. What up, Orion? And Zach, hey, welcome to the stream. And the Red Worm, thank you for assimilating. Welcome to the Martian Chaos. Yeah, I just noticed it. I recently, when did I last play? I want to say I played some games on Thursday. So this change was either done Thursday or Friday, and I like it that it's centered. It makes it much easier to know what's being built on the left and the right. And it makes the stream a little cleaner. Yeah, I know there's a lot of discussion with the other Keyforge pages and all that kind of stuff, but I think that what the Crucible Online team is doing is they're constantly making changes, more aesthetic and quality of life changes, and it's making it a really nice, clean experience to play. So I enjoy that very much. I can take 6 damage before I die. So I'm going to fight, get that ward off, and then I am going to purge the Perfectus Ludo. And I'm going to have Sergeant Ezekiel knock that ward off, and then Staunch Knight to the left. And they're going to beat me to a key already. They got a key on, what, turn 2, turn 3? Ugh. And I am noticing that the stream chat is... Whew! That is not turning out how I wanted it to look. Let me see what I can update here. I threw together this Halloween theme very, very quickly. So there are definitely going to be some bugs throughout the stream, so I apologize for that ahead of time. get in my chat settings here. Okay, so they flank with some shadows. I think now's a good time to reverse time. Just go logos. Strange Gizmo. Quixo to the right to keep Staunch Knight on the flank, and let's reverse time. And I draw back in the 3 logos, that's nice. Settings. Trying to multitask here, and it's probably not going to go well. Let's go 50% opacity. Just doing a quick chat test here. Not what I'd like. I'm gonna keep fudging with it. Let's go logos again. So let's go fight. Let's get that ward off. Time traveler to the right. Mother to the right. Help from future self to grab the other time traveler. Play it to the right. Another mother to the right. A phase shift. This is stupid. Okay. Do I want to purge? What do I want to purge? I want to purge something. Let's get rid of that guy. And that puts me at 6 of 6 check at my first key. Blue key is going to Strange Gizmo my entire board. Let's kill Shrix, then that guy. Let's go ahead and go Mars. Let's try and get a board presence here. Let's do Vizima Thinktron to the left. I do not want to play Key Abduction yet. Let's turn that opacity way back up. That white font, that should help everything a little bit better. Can't guarantee it's gonna be perfect, but well, let's go Sanctum to Protectrix. Champion NFL to the right, and then another champion NFL to the left. It's not going to do anything to keep my opponent off their key. So I'm constantly behind here, and it doesn't feel great. again, thank you everyone that is tuning in. I figured this would be a really fun way to try and solicit some more viewer participation, but also some more just community participation of people just dumping me whatever they want to see me struggle to play. This it's gonna be a test of my skills this weekend and next weekend, because a lot of the decks that have been submitted, oh god, that chat is awful. A lot of the decks that have been submitted are not my playstyle, so I'm gonna have to try and think outside the box. Love the layout. For my initial thought, so the layout right now is Halloween only. I am toying with the idea of keeping this style of layout. Like the hard part is figuring out the chat right here. The chat widget's not working as I want it to, so I might just turn that off. Because I don't want to be fudging around with it midstream. What am I going to do here? Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to be messing around with the chat midstream. I might try and fuck around with it during my break, but as of right now, it's not looking very good. Let's go Mars. Move stun. I'm going to fight into Fidget. Then let's play an Ether Spider, a Phosphorus Stars. I'm actually going to discard this Key Abduction, because I'm not going to be able to get that off. Human and Knight. Okay. Hello, Lazarus. Oh, can't see opponent's Amber or Keys. Thanks for letting me know. I'm just fucking around with this stream, and like I said, I threw it together super fast, so I wanted to make sure it all fits. Let's go. How's that? Yeah, it looks like you can see it now. That is what I'm toying with, Orion. I'm probably just going to read people's chats here, so if I can read them. Chat definitely is hard to see, so after this match I'm going to hop in and just turn the chat background off. That might help. Let's go Sanctum. Remove all these stuns. Just play that. I'm going to use Custom Virus and get rid of a human to take out some of the board here. You are welcome. I didn't even finish my comment to to Orion there. I am intending to mess around more with a full screen layout for my other games. Just a matter of figuring out where my stream chat will go. Because the hard part is when I hover over here, I don't want the chat to then also block the card hovering. But I'm also not looking at cards perpetually, so it's something I just need to take time to figure out, and haven't had a lot of that in the last week or so. But as I continue to chat here, I am... Ooh. I've got both my Time Travelers and my discard. So this is a good time for another reverse time. Let's go ahead and reverse time. Help from future self, grab a time traveler, put you to the right, and draw into hot garbage. Let's go edit. Come in here. Let's increase scale. Okay. They're already at check, and I don't have any way to prevent check. So let's just play some cards and give them the game. Stun the Yancey gang, I guess. Alright, first match down. Not a fan of this deck whatsoever. At all. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's do a quick join. Playing against one of the crew of the Crazy Killing Machine. So I think part of the problem here is I don't have a lot of bonus amber. I think I have 12 printed, and I can't keep a board very well. And Ketzer Apathetic, thank you for assimilating. Welcome to the Martian Chaos. I'm gonna keep this hand. Mark that. I think part of the problem I'm not playing well is I'm also multitasking, trying to figure out the stream chat here. I'm gonna move this up to like there. Alright, let's start with Logos. Good double time traveler into a mother. Let's test this again. We're getting there. We're getting there. Up a little bit more. This is how I do things. Just trial and error. Yeah, the background is what fucks it up. But the opacity is supposed to be... Hold on. How many decks? I have 4 queued up for today. I'm trying to get through as many as I can. But I'm trying to also give each deck about 3 games to get a fair assessment of at least my subjective opinion on them. Again, I'm not claiming that I'm at all the end-all be-all decision about a deck's strength, because we all know everyone has their own play preferences. But I am just trying to give some decks that I normally wouldn't have access to some tries. And I don't have a precise end time today. I usually end around 3, but I'm trying to work out new stream schedules where I stream a little bit longer on Saturdays, so I'll probably be ending around 3:30-ish today. And then Friday nights I've transitioned to being a video game night. So I'm trying to tap into that enjoyment as well. And we're going to transform center to screen. There we go. Lord Invidious, I do not like you. So let's go Sanctum. I am going to have Zakiel unstun one of those guys. Let's have Remiel go to the right. Protectrix to the left, and let's put out Lady Maxina to stun Invidious. Alright, I think I've done enough fudging with my stream, so the text should be a little larger, it should be white, so it should be able to be legible against my wallpaper background here. And then I'm going to stop messing with it. But big ol' 9 amber there. Guess we're going Sanctum. This deck really just, I think it really just wants to reap. I don't want to get too fancy with this. I'm going to use the action to drop her back out and then stun Cinder and then drop that over there. Not stream issues. I was having issues with the chat. The chat was working, but it was completely illegible. So I'm just trying to do it on the fly while the stream's going here. Doing some never-ending tweaks. I'll move it up just a little bit more. Woof. Let's go Mars. Let's remove the stun and reap. Let's discard that Phosphorus Stars because that's useless. I'm gonna play this. Fuck, I'm gonna discard that Key Abduction actually, and then let's drop an Ether Spider to the left. Yeah, there's no box, like outlined box for the chat, but the chat should now appear where people can read it. It's not being permanent either. Settings, let's do make messages permanent. Let's do no delay on chat. So that should fix things. At least make it functional. Do have to say though, this centered battle line is very pretty. Let's go Sanctum. I'm gonna take hostages. Let's reap and have Ixox Dominator. I'm gonna have him fight a cut purse. Champion Anafiel is gonna fight a cut purse. Ezekiel's gonna reap. Maxina is going to reap. I'm going to have Protectrix reap and heal Commander Remiel. And that puts me at check 8 of 6 for my first key. Now the question is, I need to... What do they have that can kill my Ether Spider is the hard question. Stomp will do 5. They have 2 of those. Axiom won't do anything to him because he's got Amber. Excuse me. He's gonna have to try and kill the Ether Spider out of fighting purely. Let's go ahead and go Mars, or no. I'll go Sanctum. Let's play a round table. Makes all my Sanctum guys taunt and +1. So it's reap and use Ether Spider to reap. Maxina's going to reap, and then reap. Let's heal Ixox. 11 of 6 for my first key because I believe they played a Miasma. They kept me off check somehow. Oh, Heist Knight. They stole enough Amber to get me off of check. And I wanted to give shoutouts to everyone that submitted deck lists, but I forgot before the stream started. I forgot to write down who submitted what deck. So I'm doing stream markers so you can find where your deck list is if you submitted one. Unfortunately, I can't do much better than that. I'm sorry. This is a good time for a Logos turn. So I'm going to do Help from Future Self. From my discard, because then hopefully I can draw into the other one. Let's go Help from Future Self again. Grab the other Time Traveler. Play Time Traveler to the left again. Let's go Phase Shift. To play. Let's get a Staunch Knight out there. Let's reverse time. And Strange Gizmo I do not want, so I'm just going to discard that, because that is going to screw my board if I do that. So I'm at 10 of 6, check for my second key. And as you can tell, this game is going much differently than the first one. And the first point of feedback about this deck, if you can maintain a board, it can do some pretty crazy stuff. In the other game, I wasn't able to keep creatures on the board, which is a huge part of the current mass mutation meta, is time and time again, board control wins games. So if you can maintain board state with this deck, you can do some pretty nuts stuff. What's going to give me the most Amber this turn? Three, four from Mars. One. I'm going to fight with the Time Traveler, honestly. For the sake of just doing some goofy stuff, because I've got tempo here, I'm going to fight with the Time Traveler into Galliatops. Fight with the Time Traveler into Galliatops. Help from Future Self. Time Traveler to the left. There we go. Time Traveler to the right. That's what I wanted to see. Research Smoko, Mother, and then a Phase Shift to grab... Let's just do Phosphorus Stars to lock them out of a final board use. And that should probably do it. Would I say that board control wins or lack of board control loses? That's an interesting point. I don't think it could be as simple as that. I think the discernment I'm trying to make is that if you have board control, great. There are some decks that do not need a board to win. They have a lot of play action or play abilities on their creatures, a lot of play abilities on just everything. You get the effect by playing the card rather than using it. If you have a deck that requires uses to get benefit out of them, lack of board control loses games. If you have a deck that doesn't necessarily need to keep a board, then I would say board control wins games. So if you yourself need to keep a board, you also need ways to make sure your opponent has a lesser threatening board than you. If you don't need a board, then you need a way to prevent your opponent from having a board because they probably will run out of control. I hope I wasn't too convoluted in that explanation. But this is the third wrap for the writer that disputes transformations. This is currently 1-1, so not too bad. Last game went very well. First game, not so well. Someone to join here. Start the game. Minimize. Again, Time Traveler start. It's a decent start. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Let's go Logos and play Mother. Awesome, now I can get a double Time Traveler turn next turn. Did that explanation completely lose you in my stumbling there, Orion, or did you follow me? Let's go Logos again. Remove the stun. Time Traveler. Help from Future Self. Time Traveler. Do a quick so. Yeah, absolutely, Lazarus. It's mass mutation. I feel like a lot of the previous sets, if you had Amber Control and an okay amount of board mitigation, I won't say full board control, but like in other sets, you could get away with what you were doing through fighting and just mitigating the board through fighting. Mass mutation has just thrown that out the window. If you don't have some type of direct damage or direct clear, you're not going to be in a good place with mass mutation now in the meta pool. Let's go ahead and put Anaphiel to the left, Ramiel to the left, a Ramiel to the right, and I can't hit anything with the harder they come yet. Question is just, do they have anything worth holding onto the harder they come for? They've got Tireless Krokag. Calfine, I think, is 5. Dominator. I'll give it a turn or two. Yeah, and I think that's the grain of salt to introduce any type of conversation about what's important in a meta with Keyforge is if you don't have some type of board control, regardless of set, Coda to Mass Mutation and beyond, if you don't have some type of board control in a competitive setting, you're not going to do well. In a casual setting, it's hit or miss. What's your opponent bringing? Did you luck out on them being able to, or did you luck out on what's going on in the game? If with Worlds Collide with a lot, especially Saurian's pretty bonkers if they get a good board. Again, depending on the deck list, but higher ranked decks are going to have a decent team lists, I guess. I'll call them house lists. But not having answers to someone's board it's really risky, but it's also kind of putting yourself at a handicap already before the game even starts. So whether it's a full board wipe or if it's just out of hand direct damage or purging directly out of hand, some way to get rid of troublesome cards is absolutely necessary. I'm going to get some Mars on the board here. Custom Virus, Mother Gun. Ether Spider. Let's go ahead and put Ether Spider with a backup, Biomatrix backup. What's really bugging me now, though, is now that I'm looking at it, so the battle line is more centered, but it's not completely centered. Because if it was completely centered, it would be centered right in this diamond here. But the center is right here for them and right here for me. It's just gonna bug me. OCD's tricking in. So they did take out my Ether Spider. I've got a really nice discard for Logos, so I'm going to play Logos here. I'm not going to take my archives. I'm going to have Quixo. Let's go and Reap. I'm going to discard the Gizmo. Reverse time to put it back in my draw pile. Let's phase shift to the harder they come or round table. Let's go round table. Well, fuck. I'm gonna play the harder they come. I'm gonna grab one of these gubs and purge it. And yes. Absolutely, like Saurian is. I like to think of Saurian as an interesting mix between Brobnar fight abilities and Sanctum capture/control abilities. So there's this interesting balance between those two mechanics being put into one house. Needless to say, Saurian is one of my favorite board presence houses. Forge that blue key. I'm gonna go Logos. No to my archives. Remove that stun. Let's start getting these time travelers out again. start dumping my board. Gonna get that strange gizmo. I don't want to play this right now. What humans do they have? Spirit and Knight. 1. It's gonna kill 1. Okay. No, thank you. Unfortunately, they can grab probably one of my time travelers here with the Zookeeper. Poltergeist my gizmo though. What the fuck was that? Why'd you do that? If I had Poltergeist, I would have done the same. Interesting, they're in Dis though. I think they really wanted to get rid of that strange gizmo, but that does open up the possibility of me killing this Zookeeper before they can really get use out of it. So let's go Mars, actually. Mother gun to hit the Zookeeper. Then their Amber Imp is gone, right? Yeah, so Amber Imp's gone. They have a decent Mars board, and I have a crazy non-Mars board. I'm gonna go ahead and reap with Think Drone and bounce a time traveler into my archives, and then I'm just gonna stun. All this stun, or all this reap control I have is pretty gross. So let's put a bio matrix back up on the other time traveler. Let's play Phosphorus Stars to put some control on their board, and then I'm gonna play my Ether Spider out. So we're tied at 1 key. I've got 4 amber to their 3. They're gonna start sample collecting. Or do they discard it? Okay. What creature did they abduct? They took my Ether Spider. Okay. Well, let's go Sanctum. No to my archives. Roundtable. Let's play Harder They Come. Let's grab their other Gub. Play Anafiel to the left, Anafiel to the right, and remove stuns. So they go straight into their second key, and I'm an amber behind, or a key behind by 1 amber. They're already on checkmate. this went downhill so fast. Okay. I get some economy out of Sanctum. Really only having 2 amber control cards, the moment my opponent goes in the check, I'm just like, okay. Best I can do is just call Sanctum because they're already unstunned. So let's hop a Staunch Knight to the right. Let's just reap. I'm just gonna stun my whole board, but it is what it is. Let's reap. Let's pop a Protectrix. Let's do a Sergeant Ezekiel to hit Protectrix into one of those Shockworms. And let's reap. To action, cheat, and get that unstunned, I guess. And for shits and giggles, let's purge that. Okay. All right. So 3 games down. 1 and 2 with this deck. Let me pull the deck list up again. I can see what it's trying to do. And I know the score here says 1 and 3. I did a test game earlier. To just work on my layout, so it counts as a loss. But so 1 and 2. So 33% win rate. A couple things to take in mind here. This isn't my style of deck. And for what the deck wants to do, it wants to be very fast, it wants to be super efficient, and it wants to sit in Logos almost all game. And time traveler, reverse time, cycle. I was only able to do that really in game 2, and we saw how that went. I won pretty handily. Games 1 and 3, when that doesn't line up, this deck doesn't have much else it's trying to do. It's got a Key Abduction, which hurts your Ether Spider. So you never want an Ether Spider out when you've got a Key Abduction in hand, because you're going to hand your opponent all that amber back. Other potential anti-synergies are the Strange Gizmo with Ether Spider, the Phosphor Stars. Most of your creatures that stay on the board are not Mars, so this Phosphor Stars hurts you as well. Yeah, like if there's some way to keep bouncing that Time Traveler outside of every other turn killing it, I think it would be even more efficient. Despite this deck's scores, I think it was in the low 70s SAS. Again, I don't pay a lot of attention to SAS, I look at those charts. I'd say this deck is a fun deck, not a competitive one. So with that in mind, I'm going to get going into the second deck of the day. I'm just going to start from bottom, go up to the top. We are looking at the Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom. So let me pull this list over here. So 65 SAS, again, take with it what you will. We're looking at 19 creatures, 1 upgrade, 14 actions, and 2 artifacts. Cards of note here, it does have 2 key cheats. It's got a Key Abduction and a Chota Hazri. I haven't really looked at these deck lists ahead of time, so I'm giving them all precursory glances. So strongest house is going to be Untamed, weakest is Brobnar. And I definitely see that looking at the list. Lots of fighting mechanics in Brobnar, with not a lot of Brobnar creatures. Mars, I've got Squawker and John Smith with Grabber Jammer and Ether Spider. So some really cool lists here. I love Jammer Pack. And then Untamed, I've got 3 Regrowths, a Ritual of Balance, a Mushroom Man, 2 Hunting Witches, a Witch of the Eye. So Untamed is going to be crazy on Amber production. Looking at 23 expected Amber. Again, looking at this pie chart here, The most effective things that this deck is doing is its effective power, so it can have some pretty strong creatures, mainly out of Mars here, and then expected amber at 23. An average amount of amber control, nothing impressive, but nothing detrimental. And creature control is abysmal, so I do not want to fall behind on board state. So I want to prioritize creatures. That being said, let's see what we can do. Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom. I think as long as it worked, using the Twitch controller from my phone, I added a stream marker. So if the Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom is your deck, welcome. What do we got? I'm going second. I don't mind seeing this Untamed hand on turn 3. My first turn? No thank you. This is getting a big old mulligan. Let's minimize that. This deck or the El Imperatore? I don't think I spend a lot of time on TCO when I play games, so I end up sitting here and I don't recognize that name, so also all of this shit sucks. Let's go Mars. Let's play. Then I want to desperately get a key abduction out today. So let's go Jammer Pack, Squawker, 3 against 3. I'm just going to reap. You know, that's my excuse. I wasn't really trying. I was playing a casual deck. That's why I lost. Oh no, motherfucker. I killed it. Okay. Joke's on you, I can regrowth it. So let's do that. Untamed. Murmook. Fog Bank, you can't fight me. Regrowth. Plague Master. Well, it's really awesome when I find all of these regrowths when I don't have creatures. Not so sure I'm gonna get this key abduction off this game. I guess let's go Mars again. Let's go Plague Master, John Smith. You know, I'm gonna have to say it, Orion. It's 2/2/2 hand. Thanks, buddy. Happy Halloween to you too. And I remember when we first started playing in person, you were doubting how often I got 2/2/2 hands. And then the more you watch stream, I think you quickly became a believer. You're like, holy shit, his luck sucks. Okay, humans. He doesn't have any humans. Whatever. Let's go Mars again. Reap. And let's play Zizix the Mini. To reap with John Smith. Ready and use Zizix. Reap with Zizix and use Zizix to put Fire Spitter in my archive. Doing math here. So key cost is 15, 14 because of the bonus amber, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So I'd be 1 short, so there's no point in playing it. Well, don't tell me anything about his deck list, because that's collusion, and that's against ground rules, or floor rules, for FFG, and I don't want to be disqualified. I've always been interested, it brings up another point, I've always been interested how Fantasy Flight judges are supposed to thwart collusion, because generally, if you're not playing, if you are around the table of someone that's playing, if you're speaking loud enough to talk about the game that's being played, you're an asshole. Like, I'm just saying it straight out. If you're gonna talk about the game you're watching, step away. Don't be a dick. Just step away. But if you're talking about your own game and what you faced, you're generally way away from the judges. Cool in concept, but I don't think they really are able to enforce anything. Let's make the blue key. Let's go untamed. Drop the Ritual of Balance. A regrowth for Plague Master and a regrowth for Murmook. Drop Murmook. Make them spend all 7. Motherfucker! I want my Ritual of Balance! Okay. Hawk is such a cool card. I love Hawk. I just wish the deck I had that has 2 alt art Hawks in it was actually any good. Four of 7 versus my 1 of 6. Okay. I feel like Mars is going to be a good option. So let's go Reap. To put a Hunting Witch in there. Reap to ready. Reap. Put a Hunting Witch in there. Drop the Plague Master. They don't have a really fight-centric board right now, so I'm not feeling pressured to try and play this Key Abduction. They are ahead on tempo and board state, though. I do feel this deck list is a little more up my alley. Some more Amber bonus pips. I love Mars shenanigans. I mean, that's the whole namesake of my channel, is I love Mars shenanigans. Past that though, there's not a ton going on. This game has been pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of crazy things happening. They are able to go into check there. Let's go Mars. Let's Reap. And let's throw Mushroom Man in there. Make a Mouth. Might as well play Key Abduction, why not? Just to try and keep pace with my opponent. And of course I was hoping for an all Untamed hand here, but I drew all Brobnar. I do have a board clear, which is nice. And I do have ways to actually protect part of my board. Maybe? I don't have anything less than a power 3, so never mind. But I can dump something into this ganger to get a full board clear out of it. I can get a double Bumpsy. I can get a Bumpsy, then more Drummer into a Bumpsy. So I'm going to force the yellow. Yeah, right, Goober? At least it isn't a 2-2-2. It's a 6-0-0. Or a 0-0-6, I guess. Who cares? Let's go. It doesn't really matter what I put things on. So reassembling automaton is going to stay out. Which is frustrating, but it is what it is. So I can grab a fire spitter too. Brobnar, I will take my archives because that's going to set me up for hopefully a decent untamed draw here. I do have to think about this turn a little bit because the reassembling automaton throws a curveball. So let's go ahead and play Follow the Leader. Blood Money, it ultimately doesn't matter who I put it on as long as it's not the reassembling automaton. So I'm just going to dump it on Hugger Mugger. Let's play Brothers in Battle. Let's have Mars be able to fight. Any of them elusive? Yeah. So let's fight. Hugger Mugger, trigger him. Let's dump a Hunting Witch back into the archives. Think. Let's dump a Bumpsy. Let's play a War Drummer. Let's have Plague Master fight Ganger Chieftain. It's Coward's End. And let's Fire Spitter and Bumpsy. Puts me at checkmate 6 of 6 with a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amber play for Untamed next turn. I drop an E-die, so I'm no longer in check. Key cost is 7. I don't think they had anything else to help them archive. They do have a Jargoggle. Oh, that's gross. Okay, well, we're going Untamed. We're grabbing the archives. Make this very easy to play. Hunting Witch, Mushroom Man, and a Witch of the Eye. Checkmate at 11 of 8. I think I just came up with an idea of how to fix the chat. 1 second. They're going Brobnar. They have Shattered Throne and Stiltkin. If I move that there, move that there. Ah, I fixed chat. What the fuck? Cool, we're good. We're good to go. that's, that's how my brain works, everybody. It just shuts off for a while and then, wait a minute. Hell yeah, what? Cool. This deck is 1-0. Rematch? No thank you. I'm gonna play a different opponent. I applaud your gumption though. Right? This deck list is very far more toward my preference of decks. A lot of recursion, lots of play effects. I love decks that are heavy on play effects. Sorry, buddy. I'm just gonna refresh. I'm gonna get up and get something else to drink because it looks like the only person queuing right now is the person I just played. And out of the interest of getting multiple different types of testing of the deck, I'm gonna try and play a different opponent. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Again, we're going Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom. This is game 2. So it's funny you should say that, Cooper, because you hate spiders. Like, clawing at the wall, climbing to get away from them, hate them. All right. GLHF. What do we got? That's an okay start, to be honest, for Brobnar. But I don't want okay. I'm going first. I essentially get a free mulligan, and I'm going to take it. And let's go Mars. Play the Plague Master again. Double Dust Pixie. Okay. Okay. With a key charge, 3 Dust Pixies in this deck with a Hunting Witch. This is casual. Why you try harding, man? Guess let's go Brobnar. Let's play that. Let's go ahead and fight. Let's go ahead and punch. Let's troll and hold the Coward's End. Oh, and another interesting fact. I've been watching a ton of videos on how to jazz up my stream. I love learning about video production and graphic design, because it's not video production I'm fine with. Graphic design's not my specialty, so I love watching videos to teach me more about it. And I've been watching some videos on how to make these animations. I don't know why I'm pointing on my screen at home. Make these animations that are in the overlay to try and make some more the Crystal Hive customized animations. So I'm going to try and bring some of those into my layout as well. Just kind of piggybacking off of conversation we were having earlier about changes I'm looking to make. Let's get all that Mars out there. Unguarded Camp is nice. They use their life ward, so I cannot play any new creatures. Okay, so they used a rise just to bring those dust pixies back. It's weird. Thanks for giving my ether spider a lot of amber. And since I cannot play creatures, I might as well stay in Mars to reap and reap and reap. I'm not going to play Key Abduction right now. To be honest, I didn't really even look at their deck list, so I have no idea. let me actually look and give you a better answer. Ember Imp, Schuler, Succubus, 3 Batrons, double Escatera, Quicksilver Mother. Keyforge, Hunting Wedge. Now that I'm looking at it, no to both answers. The Key Abduction I was kind of holding on to just out of interest to see what they would do with my Ether Spider. But my Ether Spider, if they're able to get it off the board, which they do have a Gateway and they do have a Fear, so they can just pull that Ether Spider off the board whenever they want. So to answer your question, no, I'm probably not going to need it. I am going to play Brobnar. I'm going to lose this Coward's End. Let's play Troll. Let's play Bumpsy. And let's play Unguarded Camp. To have you, and you all grab an amber. That's the trick about Key Abduction. So both these decks, and this wasn't done intentionally, but both the first deck and then this deck have Ether Spider Key Abduction, which is a hard anti-synergy. Slow your roll, Orion. Slow your roll. Now, I'm getting caught in more of talking about the list and just seeing what it can do versus actually doing it. So, you know, love you. Let's go Mars, best board state right now. So let's reap and a reap and a reap. Jammer pack to, let's go with Troll, and let's discard that Key Abduction. Right? Yeah, whenever you've been able to join recently has been like my last match, and it's usually the last last 1 to 2 keys of it. So it's awesome that you're able to, life has slowed down enough that you're able to catch me live for once. I mean, you don't have to. You could just be a nice person. Well, alright, I'm locked into Untamed, so we're going Ritual of Balance. I've not used more than 3, so let's go ahead and go Hunting Witch and a Murmook. And I'm not going to have 3 to use, so I'm just going to go ahead and play Stampede for 1 more Amber. Remove that stun. I know I would have that Experimental Therapy, but I'm not banking on the Hunting Witch staying in play here, which is why I played that Stampede. Oh shit! They got it off! They did the Keyhammer Lash trick. I love that trick. Followed by a Gateway. This went bad very fast, everybody. This went bad very, very quickly. Alright, blue key again. Let's go Brobnar. Let's go ahead and War Drummer. Yeah, they got the Holy Grail combination there. I did draw a Chota Hazri, and I have a regrowth to grab my second Hunting Witch, so I should be able to gain tempo again. Should being the key word. But they also have their Hunting Witch and Dust Pixies and a Key Charge. So I do need to be wary of that. Let's go Untamed. Steel and Amber. Let's go Hunting Witch. Let's go Regrowth to grab a Hunting Witch. Let's go Mushroom Man. And then Chota. Let's grab all of my bonus Amber first, and then let's forge a key. Because if they are able to play another Untamed turn here with a Key Charge, they win. They need one bonus Amber, and then a key, or no, they can reap, Key Charge. Absolutely. Again, and I didn't stack the decks anyway to try and give the days of playing this theme any type of strategy. Yeah, there we go. Reap, Key Charge. GG, bro. Saw that coming. That was telegraphed a mile away. These decks, all the decks I'm playing today, Amber Control is eh. This deck has the most out of all four. And that's at like 7.7 or 7.2, something like that. Very negligible Amber Control. And I'm going first again. That's mulligan. Into a 2/2/2. That was a great pull. That was a great pull. Not. Okay. Let's go Untamed. Let's get that ritual out first. And this is game 3 with Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom, currently 1-1. That's a nasty start for Saurian, so we're going Brobnar to punch. Then Coward's End can wait, so let's go War Drummer. I have a feeling with this game I will need my Coward's End. What is this? This is a Worlds Collide deck. Double Wormhole, double Information Exchange. Dr. Millie, so some pretty hard archive mechanics. 3 Shricks, so I absolutely will need Coward's End for Shricks. It's a Moorwolf deck. Okay. So don't want to play Brobnar just yet. Also, my options are pretty shitty. So let's just go Mars. I'm going to play the Key Abduction just for an Amber. Thank you for the reminder, Stream Elements. For anyone watching, if you are not currently following me through Twitch, please click that follow button. It really helps me know what content on my streams people enjoy watching and enjoy participating in. It really gives me a great idea for similar types of streams to do. So go ahead and click that follow button, it really helps me. And so they're currently at 5 Amber. I need to get this Praefectus Ludo off the board if I can. So we're going Brobnar. I'm going to start with a War Drummer fighting into Praefectus Ludo. follow the leader to fight into Ludo. Let's go Bumpsy. Let's go Unguarded Camp. And call that good. I want them to stack these creatures with more amber so I can get a really good play out of this Coward's End. Yeah, three regrowth, as you saw last game, was really clunky. I was holding on to cards that regrowth is a card that feels really bad to throw away. So you're just holding on to it, hoping you get a use out of it. I don't mind holding one, but if I start to see 2 or 3, at least I have creatures in my discard at this point. Yeah, come on, keep stacking that amber. Yes, yes, keep stacking that amber. And Brobnar. Let's go Blood Money. No one's damaged, so pew. And Coward's End, thank you. Fire Spitter. Brothers in Battle. Check at 13 of 6. So now we're looking at things my opponent could have done better to play around my deck. If you think I have a board clear in hand, do not keep stacking amber on your Saurian creatures. You don't want to get out of control stacking amber, because if you start doing that, you're going to get to a point where you're just giving your opponent amber. So always be conscious if your opponent has a board clear in their deck list, play as if they're holding it. And there's probably a graph coming in. Or no, they don't have a graph, they have 2 information exchange, which steal enough. I am going to play Untamed to steal an amber. What do I have out here? I don't have any Untamed in here. I do have a decent Mars list, so I'm going to play Mushroom Man. Let's regrowth my Zizix. So I'm at check at 7 of 6. So they do beat me to the second key, but I'm right on their toes. Right on their heels. Right, they're on my toes, I'm on their heels. Dropping their more wolves here. So fluffy little cutie pies. Another more wolf. So rule of 6 very quickly. If they get to, I was gonna say, if they get to checkmate, I'm screwed. I need to get these more wolves off the board. So contrary to what I would like to do, I need to go Brobnar. Let's go Valder, and then Fire Spitter fight this guy. I just scared the shit out of myself. So on my webcam widget, it's got that bouncing spider. So I looked up and I'm like, what the fuck? Nope, it's not actually there, everybody. I'm good. And this is a loss. Nothing I can do. They got going really quickly, and I didn't have the answers in hand at the time that I needed them. Just gonna play out. End turn, GG. So even though they overcommitted their Saurians early, it ended up not hurting them at all. They were ridiculous amount of bonus pips they were able to get there. Pull the deck list up. So Bishop of Giant Way Kingdom, 1 and 2, just like the first deck. This deck felt better. It felt like it could do more. As always, when you'll see with me, it's just, if I don't have Amber control, I tend to draw pretty poorly and can't scrape back from a loss. The lack of Amber control innately prevents you from having comeback mechanics as well, so the minute you fall behind, you're going to be hard pressed to catch up unless you've got a lot of bonus amber pips printed in your deck. Let me get this marker ready for the next deck. Okay, so next deck, deck 3 of the day, is the Dutiful Singer Counselor of Oak Branch. I'll pull that over here. So we're looking at 74 SAS, -3 meta. Oh god. What are you guys doing to me? You guys are killing me. Okay. Amber control. As close to 0 as you probably can get. Then it does have a board clear, which I'm assuming means it's the Axiom. Some Phalanx strikes to help as well. Golden Spiral for some efficiency. Zap for some direct damage. Pretty standard Worlds Collide Star Alliance list here. And Untamed. There's no key cheats, but I've got... I'm trying to look. So Saurian's my best list, then Star Alliance, then Untamed. Imprinted Marmooks, so I am decreasing my key cost. And a Kangafant and Molfin. So they're... Even if it's not Amber Control, I do have some Amber Protection through Kangafant and Molfin. Trick with Kangafant is I need to be wary of my own deck list, not Reaping. It's also a Panpaka deck. This one's got some weird stuff going for it. 11 bonus Amber has me worried. I like to play decks that are at least 15 bonus Amber. Calipigian Ideal. That one's nice, especially do I have a Tribute? I don't have a Tribute, but Cincinnatus Rex and Questor Jarda are really good targets for the Calipigian Ideal. So this one's got some cool stuff. If we're looking at the chart here, Creature Protection is crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's due to... what is that? What does the Creature Protection do to? Medic Ingram, Fog Bank. I don't know if I agree with Light of the Archons being that strong of a creature protection, but okay. Anyway, Amber Control, basically 0. Artifact Control, meh, it's there, but it's not amazing. Yeah, I don't know why Artifact is 46, 0, whatever. Looks like this one itself has a lot of board control, so this will be a nice change from the others. Go ahead and get everything going. Quick join. Yeah, well, 1.3. Now I'm curious what my personal lowest is. Let's see, Amber Control is A, right? My personal lowest is 3.1. With my highest being 23.47. I think that's a deck list that I need to give some more looks at. It's very, very low on bonus pips though, which is I think the problem I was having with it. Okay, well, we're just gonna try joining a new game. There we go. Yeah, I find that anything below 8 It has a very hard time stopping a key. The obligatory good luck, have fun. So again, it looks like this deck list is aiming to let's see. This deck is looking to maintain board control and gain amber through reaping. It does have an okay amount of amber pips, but generally that's not going to be its main theme. Because I have a 3/3/1, I'm going to keep this hand and dump this pterodactyl turn 1. Yeah, and I'm saying I want, hitting my mic again, I want 15 pips for competitive decks. So casual decks, it doesn't matter. I think my Butcher Kim, which is my favorite casual deck to play of all time, I think it has 12, 10 or 12. Let's go. Let's go Star Alliance and put Karkar protecting Pterodactyl. Put that on him and then put that on him. I follow and mimic what Orion's saying, Ketzer, so don't feel bad about what you submitted. That's what I actually wanted from this, is I didn't want people to send me a bunch of bonkers broken vault tour slash what's the word, the cash circuit that they're gonna do. But I didn't want anyone throwing a whole bunch of stuff to, I didn't want people throwing me stuff that I've already seen or that I already own slash play. I wanted to find unique decks that exist in the world and have a chance to play them, and them being decks of people that I know own these. Do I consider Insta-Steal as a pip? I do not. So, like Mug technically only has 1 pip. I only count that as 1 pip, even though you get 1 from play and then you take an amber off to your pool. So I don't count those as bonus pips. I'm going to go Untamed. Let's go Pampaka Yaga to the right, because everything to the left gains skirmish. Let's play Unnatural Selection. It's not going to do anything, but I get bonus amber for it. Let's Nature's Call. Bounce them. Let's play Fog Bank, and I'm going to go ahead and play my Kangafant. So I've got a pretty good lineup for fighting right now. And also along that same line, Orion, that immediate steal interacts very differently with cards like Infernus. I'm totally blanking on other cards that interact with bonus pips, but yeah, if they're a printed bonus pip, they're fundamentally going to be operating differently than if they were just an effect. Oh, Ketzer, you're the one that submitted the Z-Force deck. Okay. Yeah, it's a Z-Force agent deck with 7 potential upgrades and a full suite of the ZYX combination. I have no idea how I'm gonna play that. It's gonna be a really weird deck, but I'm really looking forward to playing it. All right, let's go Star Alliance. Kirby to play this artifact. Let's go Walls. Let's go Blow Rover. And fight. I need to do 8, right? Yeah, let's fight. And zap, let's hit you for 1. And why not? Let's just hit you as well. Check at 6. ZYX does not link each other actually, so I have 2 different ZYX decks. One has just ZYX researchers, nothing else, and I think it has 2. And then I have another one that has ZYX package times 2, so 6 of my Logos cards are ZYX package. Blue. Well, Cincinnati Rex is not going to get a lot of work here. No, so the ZYX package, they interact with each other, but they're not special card linked. God, I keep hitting my fucking mic. They're not special package linked. As far as I know, the researcher and the other one, I forget the project manager, I think, they're not linked, but I think if you do have a Project ZYX, the actual creature Project ZYX, I think that does require you come with the other 2. So it's a unidirectional combination as far as what I've seen. I might be completely talking out my ass though. I'm gonna go Star Alliance. So even though I'm screwing myself here because I'm going Reap, let's hit the Force Field, then Kangafant. Reap, destroy. Reap, destroy. Let's take that. Let's play this back out. Let's Reap. Let's use Kirby. Let's play a Stunner right there. And then I'm going to play another Golden Spiral. Double Nell transport platform with triple Amber Pip enhanced. Oh, Jesus. So it looks like next Saturdays I'm going to be playing a lot of the crazy bullshit, while this Saturday is more of the have fun with a deck you don't like. One of my top enjoyable decks to play, I have a Q-Mex with a Draw Pip and a Fission Bloom. So I Fission Bloom the Q-Mex and draw 3 and then kill it and just do it all over again. Let's go Saurian. For this time. Let's drop my Cincinnati Rex. I'm gonna get rid of my Good of the Mini. Yeah, it's a really nice Q-Mech. I love it. I also have another deck with a Red Penny with a Draw Pip on it, with a Doom, or not Doom Sigil, a Safe House. So I can play Red Penny, draw a card, steal an Amber, and then archive her to use her again. So I've got some cool enhancements. I don't have universally powerful decks, but I've got some cool enhancements that I got. We're ready and use Kangafant to fight. I'm gonna put Cal Pigeon Ideal there, and I'm gonna discard Axiom. where are all those crazy decks in the local group? All the local players were just constantly commiserating about, I got nothing cool. I got some good, strong, fun decks, but nothing stupid. That flex deck sounds hilarious. Just make Narp a 12 and flex him. Here's a key. Next turn, flex him again. Here's another key. Ooh, my opponent put a mole on my Kangafant. Dumb. Funny thing is, it's kind of a race. Do I get to use the mole, or do I get to use the Calipigian Ideal, or do they get to use mole? Let's go Star Alliance to Garcia, Kincan. 3. Use Force Field. Use Stunner, not stun anyone. Then let's use that Reap. Okay. Do you have like Stirring the Grave or Exhume for those Infernuses? Or is it out of house recursion like Regrowth? Because I don't remember, it's probably not even a good deck, but I have one deck that I can play Infernus, kill it with a Gleeful Mayhem, and then Exhume it, and then kill it with another Gleeful Mayhem, and then Exhume it. So I can play a single Infernus 3 times in one turn. The deck only has one Infernus, so I try and stack that when I'm toward the end of my deck, and then drop 3 Infernus, and then shuffle and hopefully redraw into it. Oh jeez. Safe House is a cool recursion of Infernus. So my opponent can win. Oh, that's rough. So, oh man, this is tough. Because my opponent can spend this 2. If I kill it, they get the 2. And then I have no way to stop them. So let's go Saurian, I guess. Let's go Quester Jarda. Phalanx Strike to kill him. And then Golden Spiral to use him. And my opponent got me by 1 action. So that loss was not anything my opponent did to outplay me. It was solely playing that Kangafant. That Kangafant really hurt me. So lesson learned for next game. Do not play Kangafant when you're that far ahead on board state. And my opponent was so far behind on board state, and they don't really have a lot of creatures in that list either. So playing Kangafant was a huge mistake that lost me the game. So again, I am going through playing the Dutiful Singer Counselor of Oak Branch. Yeah, fuck you, Kankafant. Snodge, transfer flag. Oh my god. I have to say, Ketzer, that deck list is... that deck list is just a wet dream. I know Orion would hate me to play that because anytime I have a purge deck, I wreak oblivion on my opponent's deck. I make weird choices in the moment for my opponent to look at, but as the game goes on, there's like, oh shit, you shut down my engine. You don't care about Amber. You just made my deck not work. I'm not a fan of the 4 Fangs of Gizelheart, though. Those can be dead cards. I would rather if they had an Amber Pip on them, they would be much stronger. What are we doing here? That's going to be a 2/2/2 essentially, so we're going to mulligan. Ten's a really strong number. I think if you can push past the 12 card threshold, you're really, really hurting your opponent's deck. Whether it's nuking all the Amber Pips or you're just shutting down their main deck mechanics. At 10 plus, definitely at 12 plus, you're really, really hurting your opponent. And let's start with the Star Alliance. Karkar. After this match, this is the second match of this deck list. Yeah, second match of this deck list. I'm going to take a quick snack and stretch break, and then I'll come back to finish the third match and then the final deck. So, looks time-wise, the stream's probably going to closer to 4 o'clock, but definitely not past that. Danger Hands. The Leader Locksmith. Now I'm going to have to look that up. Let's go. I've got a Lamindra. Let's go Untamed. Let's pop a Molfin to the left. Pampaka Yaga goes to the right because I want everything to have Skirmish. And Tantedlin with Skirmish is awesome because I can start just tapping away at this archives. Let's see. Infernus, Imp Spectre, Snudge, Double Drekker, 4 Fangs. Oh, and 3 subject Kirby's. Okay. Because you needed ways to out-of-house cheat that Infernus into play, and then in a Star Alliance turn, transport or platform them back to your hand. Okay. That deck list looks really cool, Ketzer. Well, Lazarus, I guess I gotta stop playing then. If you say it's 4 o'clock. What is that? That puts you East Coast? Alright, a little East Coaster. Good times. Let's go. I really like getting the Saurian out, so let's go Golden Spiral, Cincinnatus Rex. I don't know who I'm going to put this Calipigian Ideal on yet. Probably end up putting it on Cincinnatus. And let's go hazardous 4. Okay. Well, let's go move this amber over to there. Let's play phalanx. And let's hit him the phalanx again. Nice. Thank you. Recently, so Ketzer, did you hop on board with Mass Mutation or did you join Worlds Collide? And I have to say, I have some quirky decks. I don't have a ton. I feel like the majority of my decks are more higher tier casual or lower tier competitive. I don't have any balls to the wall, I'm gonna win a Vault Tour decks. I do have a lot of decks that will do incredibly well in local chain bounds, but they're not going to dominate any larger national or statewide tournaments. I wish I had some more quirky decks. Honestly, I wish I had some quirky decks that were also competitive, but that's the Keyforge pipe dream, and that's why we all spend our paychecks toward this game, right? Cyber Giant rig with a Blood of the Titans. Do they have the flex? They don't? That sucks. That would be a gross flex. Let's go. Let's go Star Alliance. To put Medic Ingram over here, let's ward Rex. Let's put the ward. Yeah, let's put Force Field over there. Let's go Garcia, and let's reap with Karkar. Well, that's a very nice friend you have there. As you can see, trying to get the right point. These two boxes here are my Keyforge decks. Don't be tricked, they're not both all full. Some of them are just full with empty deck boxes and prize support, but I've been playing since Coda release, and actually the Coda Discovery event pre-release, and of the two sets to get into, honestly, I think Coda and Mass Mutations are the right one. I think Worlds Collide is just behind Mass Mutation there. Coda has the potential to have some unbelievably broken combos, but I think Coda also has the largest spread of deck potential, and I don't think they had quite honed in the algorithm toward what the quote-unquote average deck would be just yet. So I think it's, I think Coda and Mass Mutation are the best two decks to get into. I am going to go Saurian here. Am I? Am I? Boy. If I play Perilous Wild, that's gonna kill Groggins. I don't think I have any elusive, so Perilous Wild's not gonna hurt me. Let's go Untamed and just reap with everything. Let's go Panpaka Anga to the left. I'm gonna discard Kangafant because it really hurt me, and let's hit two of their creatures with that elusive. My thoughts on Age of Ascension are much different than Orion's. Orion loves Age of Ascension. I'm going to give my caveat. So, Age of Ascension as a set has some of the strongest in a vacuum cards in terms of control. I don't mean amber control, like board control. The problem with Age of Ascension is I feel they focused on card strength versus card synergy, because I have a ton of Age of Ascension deck lists, and a lot of people have similar. I'd say I probably got some really bad luck, but the overall feeling of Age of Ascension is I wish this deck wasn't playing against itself. Worlds Collide has some really awesome cards. Worlds Collide, I think, really relies on, if you have Saurian in your deck list, you have to have the must-have cards of Tribute, Axiom, that kind of stuff. I don't quite feel like Worlds Collide has some really strong stuff. I think it still stays pretty strong in the Mass Mutation meta. I think both Call of the Archons and Age of Ascension have fallen off in strength when compared to what current card pool exists. I think the hierarchy of strength of cards or of deck lists right now is probably Mass Mutation, then probably a really close tie between Worlds Collide just edging out Call of the Archons, and then Age of Ascension pulling up the rear. I'm going to stop talking because my opponent's probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, I have to fight. So let's have Karkar fight, get rid of that. Then let's have Ingram fight the Elusive and ward Garcia. Let's have Garcia fight the Elusive. I could have zapped that, but I'm okay not zapping that. And let's buff Ingram. And I'm going to play Zap. Am I? It's going to kill my Cincinnatus. Ooh. I'm going to play Zap. I'm going to hit my Tantadlin. And that puts me at 6 of 6 to my second key. And why is it asking if I'm done? I'm done, aren't I? Oh no, no, no. I played a Kirby so I can drop this other Golden Spiral. I do agree with that, Orion. I think that Worlds Collide is the best universally balanced set. I think Mass Mutation is the worst internally balanced set, but close to the best externally, so meaning outside of the set balanced. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Mass Mutation can create some very lopsided games against non-Mass Mutation decks. I think Mass Mutation plays the best and most balanced against itself out of other Mass Mutation decks. Plaguerat deck. I'm gonna see, I don't think I ever opened a Plaguerat deck. I personally don't own one, so I can't offer any type of trade, but I do know a local player that has a 5 Plaguerat deck. I can reach out to them and see what they want to do. I guess I think I just stay Star Alliance, to be honest. So let's Reap. Or Reap. Use you, use your force field, and then let's go ahead and heal and ward. Reap. Reap. Walls to the left. To right. I put this over here because it already has skirmish. It doesn't need to go left. Then fog bank. And I want to say, I think this deck list, I don't remember last name / last initial, but I believe this one was submitted by David with the text of, I can't figure out, I think they said something like, I can't figure out how to make this deck tick. You mean mass mutation against mass mutation? I mean, yeah, I mean, all my opinions, I'm playing my deck lists only, so I'm limited to what I've seen out of my personal decks, which is not a very high variety. Especially in mass mutation, the boxes I've opened, every single box has the same style of decks and almost identical deck lists. It's actually really frustrating, and why I've not bought into more mass mutation decks. Aside from, you know, disposable income. Alright, now I'm gonna go Saurian, because I finally am drawing my Saurian creatures. Play to the left. Play to the left. Play to the left. Let's go ahead and fight this Calfine, exalt, and ready all my creatures. Remove, reap, use it, reap, exalt, reap, use it, and let's use Garcia. Yeah, reap. Make them spend a little more for their key. So I'm at checkmate at a level up. Nope. Don't even know what I was trying to say there. I am going to say I am at check at 12 of 6. Now 11 of 6. Sealed play. Yeah, words are very hard, Cuber. I don't know how that works for someone who's a creative writer, but, you know, I'm sticking by it. So here's my opinion on sealed too, right? So it is 100% proven from people that do box opening videos and run stats on it that every single box I fucking detest sealed, so I'm not even going on that. I'm taking my personal subjectivity out of this. I hate sealed. I hate sealed. I hate sealed. Disclaimer over. People that do box opening videos that have run statistics on and we're just looking at raw SAS. We're not looking at deck playability versus meta cards versus non-meta cards. We're just looking at raw SAS. Every single display box has a natural curve in the deck or in the box itself. Has 1 to 2 like super strong decks in comparison to the others, to 1 to 2 really weak decks in comparison to the others, while the other 8 to 10 are within the average standard deviation of being an average casual deck. I do feel that if you take the extremes out, if you take the super high out and you take the super low rank out and only play the middle decks of a box, then I do believe that the sealed will demonstrate the decks or the set's internal strength. I'm gonna stop there because I'm gonna get into too much subjective opinion, and probably piss a lot of people off. But with that, I'm gonna take a quick snack and stretch break. Give me 5 minutes. I will be back to grind out the third game with this list. That last game, I didn't really have to think about much I was doing. It plays a lot like another deck that I really love, my Gorgapad deck. My voice went there a little bit. So give me 5 minutes. I'll be back to finish out this deck and then play one more before I call it quits for the day. We're back. Checking chat. Oh, I'm so excited for Dark Tidings. Is it February yet? Alright. Gonna go into game 3 of the Dutiful Singer here. I'm 1-1. As I suspected while I was looking through the deck list, this is very much a build a board and bully the board to maintain board state. I want to keep my opponent with creatures on the board so I can keep reusing my Cincinnatus Rex, because if I can get my Saurian lineup going, I can use all my other Saurian creatures, fight with Cincinnatus Rex, kill a creature, ready my entire board, use all those creatures again. This is where it gets stupid. Golden Spiral to use my Cincinnatus Rex to fight, ready all my Saurian creatures, and then Golden Spiral a second time. So I can use my entire Saurian line, what is that, 4 times? Gross. Just stupid what it can do. Obviously, again, that's in a vacuum. But one turn of just 2 full uses of your Saurian line, really stupid. Alright, let's start the game. Nope. Hot garbage, 2/2/2. No, thank you. I think the Evil Twin, I think that's the perfect way of describing it, Ketzer, is it's a gimmick. But as we start seeing how the Evil Twin adjusts those cards, it could be a really, really cool mechanic where it's the balance of hurting yourself to play card effects. I think they mentioned during the in-flight report of Gen Con that all the Evil Twin card versions are going to provide some detriment to your side while also impacting your opponent. So it's going to be interesting how they balance that, to see how well they're able to capitalize on that gimmick. Right, I've got Saurian lineup going here. Depending on how they play, I'm probably going to be going Untamed. Not sure how I feel about my Star Alliance, but that is a second option. I could just outright Reap with my Saurian as well. And they just go ahead and bounce my Cincinnatus Rex, which I'm fine with. Thank you. Yes, please put more elusive creatures out. Okay. So let's go Untamed. I'm just going to play... Ooh. I'm going to hold on Natural Selection. So let's play Perilous Wild. And then I am going to put Kangafant out and then Tantedlin. Call that good there. Kind of jockey for position here to see where the board state goes. Trying to get my marker ready for the next deck so I can just dive straight into it. Make sure I spelled it all right. All right. And I am going to try and do some post-editing here in my VODs to try and make better markers that will actually provide, if I can figure it out, that will provide links to the deck list in Master Vault, or probably to decks at Keyforge. What did they play? I'm sorry. Tempting offer to bounce my Kangafant. Reap stores. Look over there. Okay. So let's go ahead and stay Starlight. Or sorry, Untamed. Just go Molfin. Tantadin. And Kangafant again. I'm gonna hold this Unnatural Selection because this is a nice way to get that Kangafant off the board. No, and I didn't take you saying Gimmick as a bad thing either. I think Gimmick is that's how I would describe Age of Ascension's Alpha and Omega keywords. It was a gimmick. It was something they tried, and it still exists on a very rare card, but they're not really bringing it back in full, which means it's not a mechanic they were happy with. So I think gimmick is something, I use that as the term is, it's something new, it's quirky, it might not work out, but it has the potential to be cool if it does. So I think that's how I interpret gimmick. Let's go Star Alliance. Okay, speaking of Nintendo gimmicks, Mario Kart Live, home circuit. Probably the most amazing use of augmented reality in a video game I have ever seen. Just gonna put it out there. Like Pokemon Go, the Harry Potter version of Pokemon Go. What was before Pokemon Go? There was another like augmented reality walk around the world game. I can't remember, but it was like 10 years ago they started making it. The way that Nintendo is using augmented reality and cameras with Mario Kart Live home circuit. I don't know why I struggled to say that name. Coolest use of the technology ever, and I absolutely love it. So thank you, Nintendo, for being awesome. Let's go. I don't really care about destroyed triggers, to be honest. Let's go Saurian. I'm gonna fight. I'm more concerned about the Shadowsaurus. So then I'm gonna drop my Pterodactyl and my Cincinnatus. Yeah, I don't own it. For clarity, I don't own it. I absolutely want it. It's on my Amazon wish list for people who are feeling generous for Christmas, but it would not work where my wife and I currently live. We're on a pretty decent sized condo, but not a home that's our forever home. I just think it would be fucking hilarious because we have 2 cats. so if they lay in the track, you're like, get the fuck out of the way! And both of them love toys that they can chase, so they would destroy that car. They would just beat it to shit. Alright, let's go Star Alliance to play Force Field on Garcia. Let's play, I've got 1, 2, 3 houses, 4, 5. So I'm gonna nuke my Kangafant. I'm gonna reap. Oh, no, I can't. So I'm gonna fight, apparently. Whatever. Look at me paying attention. That's what happens. They played opposition research. Alright. That's when I don't. That's when I don't pay attention. Shouldn't come back to bite me in the ass, but whatever. Yeah, they're Mario Kart bosses, if that were a thing. God, could you imagine if Mario Kart implemented race bosses? Where you have to like throw shells and stuff at it and bombs. Ugh. I've also been playing a lot of Mario Kart on the cell phone app. So I've got a lot of things to say about Mario Kart. Like the fact that now all multiplayer bullshit on all Mario Kart, or not Mario Kart, all multiplayer Nintendo Switch are hidden behind a paywall. So, you know, that's a thing. So now you have to subscribe to multiplayer to even race multiplayer on the Switch. And Diddy Kong Racing did have bosses, and it was epic. I loved it. Actually makes me want to pull out the Nintendo 64 and do some Diddy Kong Racing story mode. Okay, so here's a question. If I put Calipigian Ideal on my opponent's creature, the U on the card is self-referential, correct? Or for owner referential? So if I put Calipigian Ideal here on Purifier of Souls, it would have 4 amber in which I can use to spend for my keys, correct? Is it because it's putting the oh, it's because it says this creature gains. Okay, because then the U refers to the owner of the creature. Got it. I was overthinking it. Well, I don't have a lot of fun things to do here. So I've got 4 armor at least. I'm gonna go Saurian anyway. Let's pop there. Remove the stun. You're going to fight here. Exalt. And then you are going to fight there. And then you're going to discard. I should have just reaped. I am not paying attention in this game at all. I'm just... I got so caught up talking about Mario Kart that I was just like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, they use lucky dice. That's great. Because I hate Curiosaurus. I always have to look it up. I forget the card text out of PTSD. Each creature with amber gains. Yeah, so, yep, Shadow a Disc can shut it off for one side. Well, let's then go Saurian. Charter. Fight into General Salvador. Exalt, ready, reap. Why did Cincinnatus die? He had 4 armor. Oh, because I didn't see the bone rot. That's awesome. Well, okay, so I'm just going to give a disclaimer about this match. I am misplaying left, right, up, and down. This match is not going to be an appropriate representation of the strength of the deck whatsoever. I'm talking now because this game's pretty much over now with all the shit that I've completely fucked up. So, my opponent has just been playing pretty well. They have a pretty strong deck. The strength of this deck, it seems, is in board state. The problem I'm seeing with this deck list is it doesn't have a very good way outside of my Cincinnatus Rex board recursion, which, taking into account the board state, the Saurian list on this deck, I've got 4 creatures. So that immediately makes Cincinnatus Rex actually a fake condition. I know Cincinnatus Rex isn't actually a main mechanic of this deck. It's a cool mechanic if I can use it. It's not crazy powerful. Fuck, my opponent's got checkmate at 8. So there's a lot of things that happen in this game that are showing me I don't have a lot of options to make up amber discrepancies. If I can maintain a board state and I'm actually paying attention, then this deck actually has a really good leg up. It's a very much a board state bullying deck, and if you can keep these double Murmooks out, your key costs are 4. So that's also a nice help. I'm just going to finish this game out. My opponent beat me. They played well. I also fucked a lot of stuff up. Mutant Knight. Those will stay. Elf Thief. So these will stay. Human Priest. So Purifier is going to go. Dinosaur Politician's going to go. Beasts will stay. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to play the Good of the Many. Had I been paying attention, I think I messed up in 3 turns pretty badly. This would have been a much closer match. But final thoughts on the Dutiful Singer, Counselor of Oak Branch. Solid deck. The 1 and 2 record I don't feel is representative. It would probably have been 2 and 1 if I was actually paying attention and not nerding out about Mario Kart Home Circuit. Has some holes. If it falls behind on board state against a deck that has better fighting capabilities, better in-house synergies, has a decent amount of cross-house synergies. The Saurian list is highly deceptive because with the Cincinnatus Rex, where is he? And only 4 creatures, including himself, you're not going to get a ton of economy out of using him. I feel the strongest deck list in terms of abilities is in Star Alliance, and then Untamed is a really good support house. So probably the best of the 3 I've played so far. Not terrible, not blow my mind amazing. Definitely probably upper tier casual, lower tier competitive, and it would be at the mercy of its pairings in a competitive tournament. Let's see. The last deck of the stream here, we're going to be looking at the Thoughtful Companion of Jotunhauler. Pull the deck list over. Oops. So, 78 SAS, 0 anti-synergy according to the algorithm. -2 on Amber Control. You guys are killing me. I've got Aubade, Take the Hostages, and Bordan. So push board state, or sorry, push game condition, push Amber, do what I can. I'm looking at some decent archive mechanics. I've got 6 cards total: Knowledge is Power, Sloppy Lab Work, and Archimedes. Immediately seeing some really cool synergy with Archimedes and Knowledge is Power. I can sandwich the Archimedes between creatures that I want to then intentionally kill to pop them into the archive to fuel a bigger Knowledge is Power. And then I want to be able to do that Knowledge is Power before the turn I drop this Binate Rupture. I do not have an interdimensional graft, so it's not a Brig deck, so I can't have any scaling Amber control, but I do have the Binate Rupture to double my own Amber to try and push into that 3rd key quicker. It's a huge without interdimensional graft. Binate Rupture is very much a Binate Rupture is very much a get ahead. It's win more card. It's a win more card. We're looking at Untamed being the strongest house. Sanctum, again, any Sanctum other than Mass Mutation, I just kind of shrug at them. Like, I'll play them if I have to, but they're not a great house. Mass Mutation is a different story. Mass Mutation Sanctum is, I love it. But I do have a key charge, a Full Moon. There's no Hunting Witch. I don't have any board clear, so 0 board clear with a pretty average to slightly below average effective power. Punctuated Equilibrium is an amazing card. This is one of my favorite Untamed cards of all time, so I'm looking forward to playing that. And a Nepenthe Seed to pull that punctuated Equilibrium back, to pull that Binate Rupture. I've got some cool targets for Nepenthe Seed, as well as that key charge. Chart-wise, looking at Amber Control being, don't even worry about talking about it, doesn't exist. Effective power, pretty low, so it's going to be very difficult for me to keep a board. Based on this deck's speed, though, I should be able to get through my deck list quickly. Its main traits are efficiency, so that's going to piggyback off the speed. Disruption's okay. So this is not a deck that wants to respond to anything. This is a deck that wants to set the tempo. It's not going to be able to fight well. I want to, if I have a board, abuse the Reaping. If I don't have a board, try and get as much bonus Amber from the card plays as I can. So with that strategy in mind, I'm going to hop into my games here. Yeah, I'm going to be playing some very interesting stuff next week. I think I have 6 decks to get through next week. I have 6 decks to get through next week. I'm looking at, if I play 20 minutes a game here, I'm going to be ending around just before 4. So it might be a slightly longer than usual stream next week. I'll update everything. My intention is Saturdays I'm going to start streaming from noon to 4, so it's going to be a 4-hour stream instead of 3. Today I'm just stretching it out a little bit to get these games in. And I've been talking a lot today too, so that's added some time to each match. Immediate fun starting hand. Okay, as badly as I want to play this, it is not a good start hand though. It's just fun cards to see together. So I'm gonna mulligan. I start with a Spike Trap. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Sanctum. Get Obeyed. 3 to flanks. So pop him in the middle and then put Derek on the right. And always, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. Happy Halloween. I do have a costume. Didn't put it on today because we're doing our Halloween festivities tomorrow. Don't think anyone would really get my costume anyway. It's not anything direct. It's an interpretation of what I would dress like if I lived in the Expanse universe. So some sci-fi post-apocalyptic type clothing, I guess. Wild wormhole. Into, I didn't see what they wormholed into. Nature's Call. Okay. So they're just gonna bounce my 3. What are you wishing to bring back to hand? I gotta watch chat here, make sure they're doing something copacetic. Wait, what? What are you doing? Ovid the Grim was their mimic gel. Right? Okay. Got it. So they played a mimic gel and then bounced it back to hand, but didn't bounce anything else. Let's go Untamed, Full Moon, Nepenthe Seed. Let's go Amber Spine Mongrel and Punctuated Equilibrium. Make sure, what did they lose? They lost their Mimic Gel, Yancey, Pineapple. They lost a lot of good stuff. I'm happy with that hit. Then play a Tantalin. Do you mean, so Fission Blooming playing a card out of your archives? Is that what you're referring to? Let's go logos. Let's go. Ooh, I don't want to play Titan Mechanic. I think it should, because it properly documents that you're playing a card, and if it doesn't, that's a really easy fix to correct. It's /draw 1 if you need to draw a card, /capture, like or you can even just point and click. So it's something easy to repair that I think it wouldn't be hard to counter. And play Remote Access. Let's play Sloppy Lab Work to archive. Let's archive By Night and discard Potion. Let's play Transposition Sandals on Bordan. And I don't want to make the key cost 5. Actually, I do, because it's going to help me. And then, what's my deck list? I do have a decent amount of Untamed cards, but they're negligible creatures, so I don't want to pull Full Moon. I just drew a whole bunch of logos, so I'm going to wait on Nepenthe to see what I get. Ketzer, no computer. That's fine, not everyone's tied to electronics like I am. I've got my desktop, dual monitors, personal laptop, work laptop, that's owned by my work, so that doesn't really count. Tablet, used to have another tablet, but I've given that to my wife. Phone, and then we have another spare computer, and I have enough parts to build a third computer. So Computer geek. Oh man, let's go. I'm gonna go logos. I will not take my archives. Let's play Igor. Add cards to hand. Let's go Archimedes. Play Archimedes to the left. Let's have I'm gonna have it fight Hapsis. And I'm gonna play Sloppy Lab Work to archive Key Charge and discard Smite. And then it's tough. Do I want a Nepenthe Seed? Here's the question. I think ultimately the answer is no. Okay. TCO, it has done a lot for me. Just being able to get pure repetitions out of my decks. We do have local players. Unfortunately, a handful of them are moving away from the local area, so there are still a decent amount of local players remaining. Unfortunately, the night in which one of the local stores, because we do have 2 local stores that support Keyforge, one of them plays on a night in which I'm unavailable, so I get a lot of my play through the Crucible. So it has provided me a lot of opportunity to get reps that I wouldn't otherwise get. What did they just play? They played their Punctuated Equilibrium. Blue key. Let's go Logos. Not to take my archives. I'm gonna play a Quantum Finger Trap. I'm going to then Nepenthe Seed my Igor. Oh, yeah, I'll Nepenthe Seed my Igor. Let's play Archimedes to the left. Igor to the right. Let's add a golden ore to my hand because that's the only card I've got. Let's play Jargoggle to the left, and let's put a golden aura under it. And then Reap and kill it because of Kangafant. And it'll pop into my archives. Our store is, so the local store that I go to, just because it's closer to my house, I live in the middle of nowhere, so this as little of a drive as I can make. They are open for the retail side, but they are not open for people to stay and play games. So I'm really looking forward to when they're open to have people sit and play again. It's also a coffee shop, so just being able to, sit there and to play games or open decks and invite people to play and just check out the game is really cool. And I'm also very happy that you have left Yu-Gi-Oh! For Keyforge. I've not played Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I always judge a game by its competitive scene, and I've heard that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitive scene is highly toxic, and I've heard that from multiple people. And honestly, it can be said about any game that their main pull to their competitive play is cash prizes. So Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! I believe Pokemon also has cash tournaments. So I'm happy that there will be a cash option for Keyforge, but I'm happy that it's not the main draw. That all being said, let's go Node Archives. Tantalin. Quicksand, unfortunately. Hold on. Oh, ready. Let's go Song of Spring. Shuffle that Tantalin back. End. Looks like I'm going Sanctum next turn. I really want to get back through this draw pile and find that Knowledge's Power, because it's going to hit 4 right now, potentially some more. That's really cool that your group has converted to a Keyforge group. It's always nice when a group of friends can agree on a game that they really enjoy playing together. Let's go Aubade. Let's play Golden Aura on Aubade. And let's go Smite on Aubade to fight... I think I'm doing 2 splash, right? I always forget Smite. That's in limbo. Where are we going? 2 splash. So I don't want to kill this guy, so let's kill a E-die. Call that good. Yeah, right now trying to get a growing community is impossible. I guess I can say not impossible, but a very difficult task. That being said, when things start to open up, absolutely do it. I've seen so many players, whether they play socially or they play in a large group, I've seen a lot of people truly enjoy Keyforge. Look at you being awesome. I always intend to go through my boxes here and pull out some easier to pilot decks. Not necessarily bad decks, just decks that are easier to pilot to put together for newer players and just give it to the local store and say, hey, here's some decks for learn to play. What do we do here? I think we go Untamed. No. Full Moon. Tantalin. They're everywhere. And end turn. We are neck and neck on forging here. They beat me to 1 key by a turn. I've been playing with a 3D printer, and playing, I mean printing a lot of stuff, and I use bright neon green resin. I'll just pull up. Kind of looks yellowish, but trust me, it's bright neon green. I've been talking to a couple people that do 3D graphic design to see if they can make like a Martian head or something that looks like the tower on the Crystal Hive card, and just looking to see what it would be to make those as tokens, like Amber tokens or something, and try and hand those out at events, like a pack of 5 to someone. Like, hey, you beat me? Here's a pack of free tokens. Check out my channel. Nudge, nudge. I'm gonna go Logos. No to my archives. Transposition Sandals. I'm gonna swap the position of 2 cards. Let's swap you and you. Let's go sloppy lab work to archive Grey Rider, discard, take hostages, archive Nepenthe, and turn yes. Yeah, I'm looking at some options for it. I've got a lot of projects I'm working on right now, so it's going to be in the near future, and it wouldn't be until I'm able to play in person. But once I'm able to get some files or find someone that's willing to do that work for me for free, because I'm poor as fuck, just I have a job I love. It doesn't pull enough money where I can start paying people for commissions, unfortunately. But I would love to be able to just print those tokens and just hand them out as a, hey, great game, here's some tokens. Alright, let's forge yellow key. I'm going to go Sanctum. Let's play No to the Archives, because Knowledge's Power is going to come out and it's going to be beefy. Let's go left. To the right. Let's go Grey Rider. Deploy right. You're going to fight into Edai. Probably should have popped the potion there, but oops. And sure enough, oh god. Here's the question, right? Can I get a key charge off here? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Because Knowledge's Power is going to give me 6. And then I'm going to pull my archives. I cannot play By Night, so it gets discarded. Prince Derek's not going to do anything. I have no way to play out of house because I lost my ambassador. Okay. I think Logos is still just going to be the most fun, but now I can't pull my archive, so I'm just going to go play, gain Amber, play that, swap some creatures around. You're going to move over there, use that, boom. Okay, so they were ahead of me by 1 action all game. I don't think... There were a couple small misplays I made. And I can't pinpoint them by name. But I know, like, after I played it, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So first game felt okay. I felt like I felt I was behind the curve by 1 to 2 actions all game. I don't know where I put my drink. Huh. This is game 2 of 3. Decent start hand. Punctuated Equilibrium early is actually pretty good because your opponent's generally mulliganing for cards they like. And if they don't mulligan, you're putting them down a card. I'm sorry, putting them down a card if you go first. They're going first. So if they don't mulligan, it's telling you that they actually like their entire hand. So it's a very quick, sure. Let's do that. Song of Spring. Done. punctuated equilibrium, into a Nepenthe seed, and discard camouflage. So what did I hit? I hit Otawak. They had a 2/2/2, but some pretty strong creatures, so I'm okay with that hit. Decent Logos turn, decent Sanctum turn. Let's go Logos. Go ahead and drop Igor to grab. Oh, now I grab Knowledge is Power. Okay. I'm just gonna grab it. It's gonna help me along. I'll grab Knowledge is Power. Let's put an Archimedes over there. Let's go Knowledge is Power to archive Golden Aura, Transposition Sandals. That way I can move Archimedes around, and I'll wait to see what I pull. Trick with Nepenthe Seed is you really don't want to use it at the end of your turn because then you're going to be limiting your card draw. So you either use it at the start of your turn or middle of your turn, or to pull a card you're immediately going to use. And since I wasn't immediately going to use anything, I opted not to use it. But looks like a pretty decent Sanctum turn here. And I don't need to worry about holding my archives because I've already played Knowledge's Power. So I can pull some cards and archive as I go through the deck again. Saurian. Do they have an Axiom? They do not. They do have Colosseum though. I can remote access this, which would be a dick move, but it would be hilarious if I can pull that off. Tremor my Igor. Let's go Sanctum, grab the archives. Do that very quickly. Let's go Aubade. Golden Aura on Aubade, just so he doesn't take any damage. I'm going to play Smite on Aubade, hit Karkar, and then we're going to deploy Right to use Aubade again, because they cannot take damage all turn, or all turn. And then let's go A-Bond to the right, call that good. I really think what ended up happening with last game was I had to play a lot of my Untamed early and lost my ability to use a key charge. So had I been able to know more about what the deck was trying to do, I could have set myself up for a third key charge. But first player two, generally for me, the first 1 to 2 games with a deck is all about learning. And then the third game is more where I hone in and know what the deck can and should do. just do? Jenna Hubris Library. Oh, Ragward killed it. That's what. Okay. Let's go logos. Remove the stun. Finger trap. Remote access to use library to move that amber. Let's go sloppy lab work to. Ooh. I'm going to archive a Tantalid and discard a Logos Ambassador. You know what? I'm going to pull Nepenthe Seed to grab. I'm going to grab Knowledge's Power to play that and archive the other Tantalid. So I'm at check at 8 of 6, they're at 6 of 6. So again, I'm behind on getting to the first key, which in this deck does not feel good. But I'm keeping their board small enough that Colosseum's not triggering. So I need to try and maintain that my board can keep their board small without dying during fights. They're going Brobnar, so Fire Breath and a Tremor. Overrun. Which is nice, they couldn't trigger that. Volcano discarded. Alright, so blue key. Alright, I'm gonna go Untamed here. Oh, am I? I feel like I need to go Saurian. Sorry. Brain's getting tired. Sanctum. I will not take my archives. I want to save this full moon for if I have a key charge. Learned that the hard way last time. So let's reap. Well. Let's go and play Prince Derek, because why not? If I reap, yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to play Igor, and then I'll remove the stun on Igor. So there's the key charge. So I'm going to play 2 creatures. So I'm going to play 3, which will put me 1 above, so I'll be at 7. So I can get the key charge off with what I have in hand in archives. Just depends on what they end up playing. Discard a Volcano, they play an Ogopogo. Ganger to fight with that. Fire Breath gives it 2 splash. So they're going to trigger this Colosseum. 1 kill. Yep. And they're going to ready and use probably Ogopogo to fight Obid and then do damage to Grey Rider. It's like I know this game or something. I'm still in key charge range, so I am going to use that. So I'm going to play Full Moon, Tantalid, they're everywhere, and then a key charge. So now I've set the tempo. I'm a key and a half ahead. I have a decent Logos play here. I need to try and finish the game before this Colosseum gets too high. It's my main task right now. Yeah, they're gonna ward that. Then you're going to fight again and get another kill. I'm going to hit Prince Derek. Come on. And then ready and use Gargantodon. Let's just stick with Logos, stick with the original game plan here. So I'm going to go Archimedes to the right. Titan Mechanic to the right. Jargoggle to the right. I'm going to put a... Let's put a board end the Redeemed under Jargoggle. Let's go Sloppy Lab Work to archive the Take the Hostages. And then Quantum Finger Trap to move. Let's swap these two. Yeah. And I draw back into the key charge, which is interesting because I don't have an option to use it right now, but it could give me a strong final turn. Sanctum's probably going to be my house to play here because I can potion, use Grey Rider, and fight to start clearing their board. Give them less of a chance to trigger that Coliseum again. Oop. Oop. You can tell I'm from the Midwest. Oop. Yeah, it's not oop, it's op. I think the proper spelling is O-P-E, op. Oh geez, okay. They are at checkmate, or no, they're at check. But they do have potential to trigger Coliseum, so we are going Sanctum. And I am going to take my archives because we're going to go Potion. And then we're going to play Take Hostages. So now we're going to go play this creature, deploy right. I'm going to make this Titan Mechanic do work. I'm going to kill him. Deploy right. You're going to do this again. And will that kill him? No, it's going to be one short. But I'm then going to go Smite and have him fight here, which will kill 3 of them. Yeah, that works. A Hoosier, huh? I was born and raised in Illinois, and I've up and moved west. redeemed. The struggle here is trying to get this key charge to fire for the final key. I'm gonna go Sanctum again. So let's Reap. Do I want to trigger it? I'm gonna take Elusive. It says you may. Let's cancel prompt. That's fine. So you're and we're gonna play you to the right. Give me 3 amber. And you're going to Reap. Do not want to trigger it. And this will put me at checkmate at 8 of 8. If they're able to pull me off of a key, I have some options here in Untamed to potentially get me that key charge win. I'm gonna kill my engineer. So we're gonna probably try and get this Colosseum to fire this turn. Because they're at 5. Reap with Ali. Doesn't look like they're able to keep me off my key here. Sweet. So it's a well-played game. I had an answer to finish that 3rd key. I think I'm 1-1 with this one. Yep, 1-1. So 3rd game on the way here. Change some music up here. I got this. See if I can finish with 2-1 with the deck today. Okay. Icy Haze. What do they have? Does not look like it's a consistent deck list outside of the double Rad Penny. Duplicates of cards that don't really matter, like Gizelhard Zealot. Comes in ready, it's able to fight right away, which is cool, but I'm going to keep this hand. Let's go Sanctum. Let's go ahead and drop a Ambassador to the left, ready it. Reap. Which allows me to then play a Logos card. I'm going to archive my Tantedlin. I'm going to play Take Hostages. Probably the best start I've had out of the 3 matches for this. Boo! Well, that's a double boo. He's gonna eat this guy alive. Let's go Sanctum. Reap. No, to the archives. Reap. To play Archimedes. And let's just play him to the left and not trigger him. Double red penny already, huh? Let's go Logos. No, I'm gonna Logos. Let's go ahead and put the sandals on Archimedes. Then let's play a Tight Mechanic. And then Archimedes to the left. So I'm going to use the action, swap with the Grey Rider. Ooh. Then have the Grey Rider. Let's reap. Ready. Use Archimedes to fight a red penny. No. Okay. Let's go Logos. I do not want to binate because that's going to give him an automatic free key, so I'm going to Igor. And let's go Punctuated Equilibrium. Let's go ahead and discard binate. Let's kill Lycosaurus and then reap. So I'm a little behind, but not unreasonable. Really nice untamed line here. Here comes a Zealot, probably gonna kill. Yep, bounce that to my archives, that's fine, thank you. Discard Spirit's Way, okay. Yeah, because that would hit their board pretty hard. I am going to go Untamed. I'm not going to grab my Tantadin though, because I want to save that for my full moon. So let's go ahead and play Song of Spring. Let's shuffle that Tantalid back in. Let's go ahead and Quicksand. I guess I'll play Camouflage first. I'm gonna Quicksand. Let's trigger Igor. And then Punctuated. And there's the full moon that I'm gonna hold. Yeah, because there's no point in playing it right now. And what did I hit from them? I hit a Rad Penny, Tempting Offer, the Rewarding, Capture. Pretty nice hit. I think a Shrix as well was in there. Rad Penny Reaps. Look over there to Shrix. And Booby Trap. So I get a blue key at 6. Sanctum's probably going to be a good play here, so let's go Sanctum. I'll not take my archives. Let's get Aubade. Then Bordan. I'm going to Reap with Logos Ambassador, which allows me to play a Logos card. So let's go ahead and Sloppy Lab Work to archive Full Moon, discard Potion. Let's play Remote Access. Oh, I'm not in Logos. We're good. Turn over. And then there we go. That's a nice Untamed lineup for Full Moon for this deck with 4 creatures. If I can hit 2, we're good. Actually, by 4 creatures, I mean 3. So if I can hit 2 of 3, that's a really good Full Moon for this deck. And then I can bounce both Tantalins back with this Nature's Call and get 4 Amber out of it. So I'm going to go Untamed, yes, the Archives, Full Moon. Let's go Tantalin. I'm going to play their Everywhere first, see what dies and what doesn't. I put you there, then you. Let's go Nature's Call to bounce Tantalins, and let's bounce Sacrosaurus. And then go Tantalin. So it puts me at check 7 of 6. And then most likely line here is going to be Sanctum. I'm probably going to Reap with the Ambassador to play a Logos creature. So I'll probably play Igor, which is going to give me 1 from every house, which triggers Prince Derek. And then Golden Aura is probably not going to be necessary, but it will give me the ability to use Tantalin off turn. So just trying to push tempo as fast as I can. Amber-wise, I'm about a key ahead. Game state, we're even. So they're gonna use their Ardent Hero there to fight. Got rid of my Ambassador, so that shuts down the option to trigger Prince Derek. Might be a better option to play Logos here, to turn Prince Derek on automatically for myself. And then I can use the City Gates to pull them off of Capture, or off of Forge with a Capture. So I go Logos. I'm going to play Titan Mechanic first, make sure it's not on a flank. Igor is going to, let's grab sloppy lab work. So then that's remote access. City gates to have Tantalin and capture 1. Sloppy lab work to archive. Yeah, let's archive Derek. And discard Golden Aura. So I'm at 7 of 6 again, they're at 5 of 6. Both working at our second key. And they're going shadows, so they play red penny, pulls me down to 6. Their miasma bombs a turn late, but they are shuffling their red penny back in. Tempting offer, they bounced Tantalin that had amber on it. So let's go yellow key. Binate Rupture is useless right now. I've got a really nice playline in Untamed. So Sanctum would get me 3, 4. I'd capture, or 3 and capture 2. Untamed's going to give me the better long standing, so I'm going to go Untamed. And let's go Nepenthe Seed. Amber Spine Mongrel. Tantalin. Let's Reap with Tantalin. Let's play Camouflage on Mongrel. And then Nature's Call to bounce those 2. And maybe I'll bounce the Igor as well. Give me a decent option for next turn. I have also drawn a Punctuated Equilibrium, and I have my Key Charge back in my deck, so I could draw that. I've got a decent line here in Logos where I could Binate Rupture as long as they don't go above 3. Nope, so 3 would, so now they're gonna, I can't Binate, Binate's a dead card. I think, yep, we're going Untamed because I need a fish for this Key Charge. So no to my archives. Let's Reap and Reap. Let's play Punctuated Equilibrium. Let's play They're Everywhere. Let's Nepenthe Seed that Punctuated. Or no, grab this Nature's Call. Yep. And Nature's Call to bounce all of those. And end turn. Checkmate at 9 of 6. Sorry, my headset's battery's dying. So it puts me at checkmate of 9 of 6. Let's see if they've got an answer for that. They do have a Miasma Bomb. And they are in shadows. That Miasma Bomb could do it for them. I'm pretty sure that Miasma Bomb is exactly what won them the game here. Ooh, that leaves a salty taste in my mouth. Woof. Because the best I can do here is Sanctum, grab my archives, Prince Derek comes in, gives me 3. Golden Aura, heal, reap. Golden Aura, heal, reap. Yep, that 100% the Miasma Bomb that did it. That was a good bomb. Well, sorry everybody. I don't know how to play your decks. I feel of these four, the Dutiful Singer Counselor of Oak Branch felt like it had the most potential. I misplayed the crap out of it in game 3, so it's hard to fully judge. Close second is the Thoughtful Companion of Jotunhauler. I think if I had more reps, I would better prioritize what cards to pull with Nepenthe and how quickly. Yeah, if I had gotten lucky with that key charge pull as well, I mean, I cycled 13, 14 cards, if you're counting what I played and what I discarded, and still no key charge, so cycling 13, 14 cards out of 20 and not hitting that key charge is just bad luck. I think that I very much take to heart the playstyle of if you're playing to not lose, you're not playing to win. You're just making it take longer for your opponent to beat you. So I do take some pretty risky plays sometimes, or some pretty aggressive plays like that double punctuated or punctuated into Nature's Call, and that punctuated in Nature's Call was probably my best option there. I could have hit punctuated again, but I think I would have been under the amount of amber I needed to key charge that turn. Just trying to do some quick math in my head. I didn't take time to fully do it. Ramble, ramble, ramble. All of that to say, every deck today is 1 and 2. So hopefully next Saturday goes a little better. There are some stronger decks in the list, and there are some much weirder decks in the list. So I have no idea how Saturday's gonna go. But with that, thank you for all of the new followers. Got 3 new ones today. Some people checking out the stream who have never watched a stream before. So I consider this a win. And thanks for hanging out to the end with me, Ketzer. I will be back on next Saturday. There's no stream tomorrow. Busy with other plans with other people. But on Saturday, I will be continuing playing through the decks that have been submitted. And it's going to be a longer than usual stream, so I might just take a longer break in the middle, but we'll deal with it as we go. So this has been the Crystal Hive. Thanks for hanging out. And remember, when it comes to Keyforge, when in doubt, reap it out. Take care.